Hi there, Parastoo. My name is Ellen, and I'll be correcting this essay for you today. I'm happy to see that you have signed up for an essay correction with us, so let's get straight into this, shall we? It's about prisoners who become good citizens and if they are the best people to talk to teenagers about crime. Let's get right into it, shall we? So, luckily, a number of people who had been involved in illegal actions after finishing their punishment time in jails tuned into good citizens. It is argued whether they can be considered as the best candidates to inform teenagers about the dangerous repercussions of crime commitment. I totally disagree and condemn this approach based on the reasons that will be addressed in this essay. All right, I really like this last sentence. I thought you did a nice job. It was really clear and it was strong, so that was great. There are a number of word and spelling mistakes here. So I would like to fix some of that. I would not have started off with luckily. You don't really explain to us why they're lucky. So honestly, I don't really feel this is particularly important here. I would have just gotten rid of it and just started with a number of people who have been involved in illegal actions become or turn into good citizens after finishing their punishment time in jail. Okay, that would have been the right word order here. It is argued whether they can be considered the best candidates, is the word D-A-T-E-S, to inform teenagers about the dangerous repercussions, this was spelled wrong, of committing a crime. We don't call it crime commitment. We call it committing a crime. Okay, so that's as far as errors are concerned in that opening paragraph. So let's move on. Basically, the underlying reason for contradicting this approach is twofold. First of all, when dealing with teenagers, we should always keep in mind that they are one of the most vulnerable groups of our society. Hence, this is spelled wrong. They could easily be influenced by what they are exposed to. That is, it is supposed that children will learn from firsthand experiences of a drug dealer. They might instead become more interested in all the adventures that he went through. All right, there was something a little awkward about the grammar in this sentence, so I want to fix that as well. Okay, that is, instead of children benefiting from the firsthand experiences of a drug dealer, they might instead become more interested in all the adventures he went through and follow this lifestyle, okay, and follow this path. So it needed a little more there. Okay. Therefore, it is an absolute risk to expose our children to, not with, you expose somebody to something. Expose our children to a prior criminal. Since based on teenage years' unpredictability, the results might be quite opposite to what was intended, therefore we need to avoid it. Okay, fine. Let's see. In addition, when it comes to opting a proper role model to warn our kids about dangers and consequences of wrongdoings, there exists an abundant list of decent people who have lived with dignity all through their lives. Okay, let's fix this. Some vocabulary words. First of all, opting is the wrong word. I think you might have used like selecting. That would have been better. And then we don't use the word kids in IELTS task 2. It's just too informal. So we always use children or maybe some other synonym like youngsters or teens would have been fine. Okay, and this was a little awkward. There exists an abundant list. So let's fix this up a little, okay? So when it comes to selecting a proper role model to warn our children about dangers and consequences of wrongdoings, there is an abundant list of decent people who have lived with dignity all through their lives. Okay, here would have been nice if you had gone into some detail, like who do you mean? Like what are you trying to tell us? Furthermore, like maybe you could have given us an example, like so it's far more useful to have, say, for example, a doctor who grew up maybe in a very dangerous kind of environment with lots of crime, but still rose above all of that to become, a successful professional. So having an extra sentence like that would have been good here, just developing it a little more. All right, so furthermore, prioritizing a criminal to a hard-working, ing here, nurse who had gone through many ups and downs to provide for his family sounds like showing underappreciation for the real values of our society. Okay. Fine. So to conclude, I strongly disagree that interviews, with an S here, with prior criminals can provide any benefits for our teams based on the reasons that were illustrated in this essay. All right, that's fine. I would have liked another sentence here, maybe like a thought-provoking kind of send-off for this essay, like in the future, perhaps, successful people will be used to dissuade teens from crime in order to show them the right paths. Like something like that would have been nice, but just some sort of thing to kind of send us off, because it really was just essentially one sentence. A second sentence would have been nice here. Okay, so this was good on the whole. I liked your essay. It was on topic. It was appropriately developed. Your coherence and cohesion was good. For me, the weak spot in this essay was the vocabulary. You did have a number of misused words, and so that's something I want you to be careful about. It's not like it created confusion, so I can't say that it brought about a lack of coherence. I did understand the whole time what you were saying, but still it does slow the reader down and make it less accurate and certainly less, a little less effective, okay? So, basically, Parastoo, I would love to continue working with you. If you found this feedback helpful, you'll see that there's links in the email telling you how you can continue working with us. You're on the right track, but I think that together with appropriate feedback, and also if we could take a look at your task ones to see what you're doing there, we can guide you in the right direction to get you the score you need, okay? So hopefully we'll see more work from you in the future. I want to wish you lots of luck.